guys, welcome. This is officially round 2 of the exciting jellyfish competition. And I'm pleased to present runners Travagtox and Qualifiers, two longtime runners and fantastic event performers of ancient cave history, and also Voodoofs and Mini Lily, people who are also longtime runners and fantastic cave performers. You both appear to have brought in a small audience of your own, which is pretty exciting. And we've also got El Chico Rafa and Meat on commentary. Two pretty well known, pretty active members of the community. Meat can talk about all sorts of things that he wants to share. And Chico is, well, he's our poor mobile streamer of the community, so always doing his best, but we don't get to see him stream as much. Anyway, the exciting thing is we'll be getting a 2-hour event ready to roll for round 2. And on a 5 count, I'll say go, and that will be our start. If everyone's ready, I'll prepare the count. And then I'll drag you guys into your rooms and leave commentary to do commentary scenes. So, on your marks, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I haven't been streaming lately, so yeah, we'll see how this goes.
First thing I want to point out is that I thought that there was a glitch sprite on Mini Lily's screen, but apparently it's like a cape or something. I guess like a custom sprite, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, it should be custom sprites, yeah. These look like Halloween sprites. These were made by Eve, who is in chat right now. So yeah, shout out to her.
Yeah, she's made a couple of sprite patches, and they are all excellent. So definitely go check those out if you're interested in messing around with the sprites. But anyway, this is Jelly Jam. It's a 2v2 tournament where there's point incentives. We can get what is it? Exclamation points? No, it's not. I don't know. Someone will figure that out for me. But yeah, so basically these two teams are going to be trying to score as many points as they can and make it hopefully as deep as they can into the cave. We would like to see jelly kills, but you can win without jelly kills. So yeah. Sorry, I just like woke up. I'm a little off my game.
Since we have like different party setups than usual. Like we have not seen that much Decker action on the last round, so we probably should expect the same here, since Travagtox and Cowie have like totally different parties.
Yeah, one thing we're
sure
gonna be looking
Lily.
for. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm still not sure about Lily and Voodoofs, but it seems like they also have like totally different parties.
Yeah, we some of the point incentives are to bring in different characters and stuff, so unfortunately, hopefully this time we won't see Decker Blade on the wrong party, but Decker Blade is basically the most important item in the game for killing the jelly, so we're gonna be looking out for those. Qualifiers and I think Voodoofs both don't have Decker though, so
Exactly,
yeah.
that's correct. Actually, Qualifiers has like a pretty interesting party. Having Artie, Lexis, and Salon. It's actually a tough challenge here.
Yeah, there's not there's not much HP on that party, I'll say that. One of the things about the any percent party that makes the run kind of doable in the time that's it's done in is Decker and or Guy are so tanky that they can basically stand in front and absorb all the damage. But with a team like this, it's gonna be rough. So the number one key to staying alive here is probably going to try and have as good of a movement as possible to avoid battles.
Yeah, I mean, since like normally on any percent we use Guy and Decker, because on that case you can simply put Maxim on the back row, because Maxim on the back row can survive a lot more stuff than having him all the time on the front row.
Yeah, I've tried to do runs personally where I bring like Tia instead of Guy, or someone instead of Guy, but then that means you got to put Maxim in the front, which is what we're seeing here on a couple of the parties, and that he's just like barely not tanky enough to survive most of the scary stuff in the cave. So you got to be pretty careful when you bring him and put him in the front row. That being said, as opposed to an any percent setting here, we have 2 hours to complete the cave, so there's plenty of time to get extra levels and open all the chests for gear and spells and items and stuff. So hopefully we'll be able to offset some of that danger of having him in the front row. I'm looking at the points also. Exclamation point rules, I think it was, ended up being. There's a bunch of different points. There's points for getting stuff from battles, from doing stuff with your capsule, and doing specific things with characters. So I'm not exactly sure how easy it's going to be for me to keep track of all of that across 4 streams. But
yeah, I can see what you mean, because yeah, it's a lot of stuff to cover.
One of the strats we're looking at early on here is you can see like Qualifiers is fighting horses and eagles. Eagles and horses are basically the easiest thing to get a decent chunk of XP on in the first couple floors, which you want before you go and fight cores usually in a tournament setting like this, so they don't one-shot your party. And we'll be looking at cores at like 11 to 13, and that's kind of the big first important part of the run. You want to get cores for XP because they give way more XP than anything else in the cave. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, the red cores don't give that much, but in the early game you really need that experience. But after that, blue cores, green cores, and all that, they are way important for the later half of the cave.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff you can kill if you miss red cores, so it's not the end of the world if they miss it, but it's definitely nice to have. So we're going to be looking. I guarantee every person here is going to explore every inch of floors 11 to 13 looking for cores. Another thing I'm interested in is there's a lot of point incentives for rocks. I think there's a couple for having like...
exactly. So you need like 4 accessories at the same time equipped on, I think, both players, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of stuff in here that you don't normally fight in an any percent or even reject percent run that they're probably going to be fighting. Like bats, for example, drop rocks, but nobody ever really fights bats because bat rock doesn't really help you in a speed run. So we're probably going to be seeing some interesting detours from the normal 80% strategies.
The thing about bats is that the drop chance for bat rock is pretty low, so you might actually go for other opportunities. Like vampires is an option, but you don't really have a weakness to hit unless you use like healing spells to kill them.
Yeah, true. And another thing I want to point, I think we're in a treasure room up here for Traffic Talks. Mimic treasure room, those are never fun. Looks like he can get out fine though. Yeah, Mimics, they're not too scary, but they can slow you down and take some time. And we got a couple people having to deal with them right now.
I mean, on a tournament setup, yeah, you're right, but if you're going like any percent speed, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Which is it's not the case here, so yeah, this should be safe anyway.
Important things that we're going to be looking out for besides the point incentives is everybody ideally is going to want to try and get to the jelly. So a couple of important items to look for. After floor 15, we're going to be looking for Decker Blade for the parties that have Decker, and then tier 3 spells and healing spells are a big one too. So hopefully we find things like Strong, Champion, Zap, Thunder, stuff like that. But one point incentive that we have is that the elemental spells have to be split up, I think, between the two party members.
Yeah, exactly. So if they pick one spell, the other person can't take it anymore.
Yeah, so probably like Fireball and Thunder or something, then the other party member can only use Ice and Water, I believe. Zap doesn't count, right?
Yeah, it doesn't. I think it doesn't. I don't think we've seen much stuff that is useful so far. No deadly rods, no heal. I might be wrong.
Yeah, early on, also the first 10 floors we get rings and rocks that you won't find in chests after 10 or 9 or something, one of those. But I don't think we found anything interesting like Trick Ring, Ice Ring, Thunder Ring, any of those. But those are huge pickups because elemental rings double the power of elemental spells, so it makes the jelly a lot better.
Yeah, and also everyone wants actually rings in order to fill the goal of having everyone with a ring equipped.
Oh yeah, so there's that.
Yeah, you can use it for either rings or rocks. Rocks are obviously easier because you can get drops pretty much everywhere, but for the rings, it's not the same case because you can only get them from blue chests or from these early chests on 4-1 to 9.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single enemy that drops rings, so...
No, not one at all.
Yeah, so getting those early is pretty important.
And Lily just got a Berserk Blade. I wonder what she's gonna do with it. Seems like she's gonna feed it.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do. So Berserk Blade's cursed. It's got okay damage, but it's not something you want to, have to waste a curse lifter on or be stuck with on a character for the rest of the cave. So one thing, because its damage is kind of high, if you auto equip in the equip screen, it'll put it on over whatever you're using early on. And I don't know about these runners, but I tend to forget that I have one if I keep it, so feeding it early is pretty much the safest strat you can have.
Yeah, same. I feel you. And like, it's pretty often to happen, like you're just going fast, you get a Berserk Blade, sometimes you just don't notice, and then you just hit strongest, and then, oops, okay, I did a mistake.
Yeah, I think there's a point for Berserk Blade here somewhere.
People that have Guy might be interested on it, because he has to equip it to get the point.
Oh, okay, yeah, equip one of the cursed items, so Deadly Armor, Deadly Sword, Berserk Blade, or Lucky Blade on Guy gives you 3 points.
Exactly.
Yeah, wow, that's a lot of points. Well, maybe you risk it then.
Willie was trying to kill a group of enemies with a boomerang. She was trying to get the goal of killing an enemy using an item, but it didn't work out apparently.
Yeah, most of the items aren't very good at killing things past the first couple floors besides Terror Ball, so luckily Terror Ball's not too rare, and it's actually pretty useful with or without a point incentive, so I don't imagine anyone's gonna have too much problem with that. Point.
Not really a hard goal. I mean, if you get an EX Boomer, you can pretty much kill anything on before 420.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of getting it, really.
Yeah. Got Bolt for Voodoofs. That's actually probably one of my favorite spells in the game because it clears a lot of this early stuff pretty easily. 10 MPs, not much to cast either, so.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty good spell.
Do Kobolds or Imps drop something?
Imps do drop Magic Jar, and Kobolds also drop something. I think Long Knife? should be.
Yeah, we're seeing a couple people farm them, so I'm not sure if that's for a drop or XP.
Maybe XP, I would say.
Yeah, they're definitely not dangerous enemies, and they give a decent chunk of XP, so that's probably what's going on here.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's on floor 11 yet, but we're getting pretty close. So we're going to be seeing people.
We're already
for
seeing games,
red cores.
so we should be close. Oh, Lily's on 15.
Oh, okay. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
They're
It's,
past
it's too much stuff to track on.
Well, I didn't see if she got any cores then, but we see Voodoo's here is now fighting cores on floor 11, so hopefully we get some core XP here.
Oh, he's going to use the ring IP. That's interesting because I think if you use the ring IP, it doesn't count as casting like the spell regularly for that one challenge.
Oh yeah, for the elemental spells
Yeah.
challenge, yeah, so that's pretty nice. Ice Ring's also probably one of the best rings, one of the best items in the game, so.
There's
Deadly
a Deadly
Rod.
Rod for Qualifiers. That's a pretty good find. You want to see those as early as possible, since more and more stuff gets added into the inventory pool, so yeah. Really good find.
I just realized I'm watching on a delay, so I'm gonna go over to Discord and watch the non-delay stream. Sorry about that.
Okay, no worries.
Do we have any healing tile incentives? I don't think we do. this time,
Not
right?
on this one. I'm pretty sure there's no healing tile on this case.
Another thing we're going to be looking out for as we get deeper, I don't think anybody has gels or fumi as far as I'm concerned, so we're not going to be looking for fruit farming yet, but there's going to be a lot of fruit farming, I assume, because there's quite a few incentives for capsule monster slash obtaining fruits.
And there's another Berserk Blade for Lily.
Going straight to feed it again.
Yeah.
I can't say I wouldn't do the same.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure people should go for the fruit goal eventually, but like, I think no one has gels on this one.
Yeah, I'm not
Neither
sure
on
what
other one.
I'm not sure what the earliest fruit is after wood gorums. Wood gorums give the secret fruit for
It
gels, but
should be. I think it's sand gorums that drop. I'm not sure which one.
oh, the earth fruit.
It's either, yeah, it should be earth fruit. Would have suited an interesting strat of using absorb on the core, because for some reason if you the cores, if you cast absorb on them, you can get a lot of magic back from them.
Yeah, that one of the most limited resources in the cave sometimes is your magic points. So that's actually a really good strat when you're in a tournament setting like this. Just making sure you can get as much MP as possible. And yeah, I don't know why the cores give so much. I guess they just have an insane pool, but
It's either that or because their magic defense is broken or something. I just
Oh,
don't
true.
remember. I think
I
it's
think-
something related to that.
yeah, I think absorb does actually factor in magic defense. So that probably is what it is.
So we finally see some cores on Qualifiers Ascend.
I see a lot of cores all over the place right now. This is pretty great.
Yeah, it's looking good. Lily's facing the enemies we were talking about, actually. It's probably going for a drop, but she doesn't really have what it takes for this fight in particular. Because Thunder is actually not great against Sand Gorums. Yeah, triple miss.
Not great is an understatement, I think, against them. But
Yeah.
they're not. I don't want to say they're super scary because they're not, but they definitely can. They definitely can wipe you out if they use like sandstorm and stuff, and you don't have
Yeah, Sandstorm is actually the most dangerous thing they can do. Like the
Yeah.
physical attacks are fairly strong as they are showing right here, but still. Oh wow, and there's 3 of them. That's
Yeah, that's and it's a horizontal hallway too, so she can't really do anything to make them go away very easily. She might have to fight like 2 of them.
yeah, at least 2 of them. She has to deal with them somehow.
Yeah, that
I
is
don't
a
know.
rough room.
Yeah. That is a fatal pick for Traffic Box. And if you go on Voofs, I think there's one goal that where you need to kill like a group of enemies with Lexus. At least 3 enemies, I think.
Oh yeah, have Lexus defeat 3 or more enemies with a single melee attack or IP action.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Lexus is probably, I don't want to say the weakest character, but he damage-wise, he's probably the least useful character, at least for the jelly. But early on, if you get one of his wrenches that hits all, it's pretty strong. So that's actually not too bad of a
Yeah,
pickup
it's
to
actually
get that
good
point.
timing because like he's before 420, so pretty much you can get it on any battle.
These sandgorms are, they are not playing nice.
I think she doesn't have a heal, so yeah, this even complicates things a bit more.
Oh, and there's the Lexus point.
And
On
there's a
bats.
twist jewel on Qualifiers, right from a chest.
Yeah, Twist Jewel, that's a great pickup. We love to see that. For those not familiar, Twist Jewel is the highest agility stat rock in the game, which it makes a huge difference. If you have Artie in your party, it makes the difference between him going before and after Archfiends sometimes, and that is a huge, huge thing to have. So
Absolutely.
they can be farmed later in the cave, but finding one early is just basically.
As we've seen on the last race, sometimes the game just doesn't want to see any drops, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Another horizontal hallway here for Lily. Half her party is dead, but it looks like she'll probably be all right. Thunder's pretty strong here, so. Everyone
Yeah,
else
okay.
sort of taking their time farming up basically everything for, I'm assuming, XP at this point. Just
Yeah.
trying to take it as safe as possible.
It's
These,
not looking good for Lily.
Yeah, this is.
If that deadly armor decides to move, that might be a big problem for her.
Yeah, it doesn't look like she has a way to revive to. Oh, and it moved next to the stairs here.
Oh yeah, this is not good, actually.
And it turned and got a surprise attack. That is. Oh, wait.
Oh.
But Artie's probably faster here. Yeah, okay, well, there you go. Killed everyone by Artie, and now we're in what we call the solo Artie run, where his agility is so high that you can run from almost anything in the cave. So this. It looks bad, but it's not as bad as it looks, yeah.
All she needs is find some way of reviving the other characters for the next section whenever she can, preferentially before course.
She just picks up Providence too, which I don't know if she has anything that's really worth saving at this point, because you can only save blue chest items. So whatever she has found probably isn't worth saving. It's probably worth just running and trying to hope the run continues and she finds some way to revive her party. One good thing that a good kind of like rule of thumb for marathon 2-hour based marathon runs like this is you kind of want to go at about a minute of floor on average, so you have some extra time in case something goes wrong, so you can still get to the jelly in time. But I will say that there is a lot of exploration done in the non-Lily streams right now, and that pace is it's still early on, so it's fine, but the pace is probably you're gonna need to pick up a little bit pretty soon.
I get what you mean, but I mean, they still have like more than 1 hour in the health. Like even if you Jesus Christ. I mean, you have still like 74. Yeah, I got a bit lost here. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. You have like 70 floors to go yet, and like, it's still okay if they are taking their time, playing safe.
Yeah, there's plenty of time, and and like Eli's saying, there's these runners. They're all more than capable of doing it. I was just kind of pointing out. Generally, you want to keep a sort of like 1 minute per floor pace over the course of the run. There's plenty of time to make up. I will say that we did just see Voodoofs, I think, grab both a Deadly Rod and Valor, if I'm not mistaken, which is two of the best.
I am sure
things you
about
can
the
get.
Deadly Rod. I'm not sure about Valor, but yeah, you should be right.
Yeah, Deadly Rod. So for those of you unfamiliar, there are 3 weapons, I guess, really. We call them deadlies. They have an 80% chance to instant kill any non-undead enemy in the game when you attack with them. So when you're trying to speed run the cave, or even in a marathon setting like this, where you're trying to be safe and be able to kill things that normally would take forever, finding a deadly is very important. And then there's the added bonus where the Deadly Rod and the Deadly Sword, when you uncurse them with a Curse Lifter, they both gain powerful IP attacks that are really, really good on the jelly fight because they do percent HP damage. So
yeah, but you still prefer the rod over the sword because only Maxim can use the sword, and the IP is not as good as the Deadly Rod.
Yeah, that's very true.
I mean, it's still good. Like, if you don't have nothing else, you really want to use the IP of the sword, but normally you want something else instead of doing Battle Cry.
Yeah, one thing people are pointing out in chat too, which I actually agree with, is that it's not actually 80% deadly chance. I don't actually know where that number came up from, but it's not true. It's a 50% chance to instant kill, because at the end of the day, it either kills or it doesn't. So
see what you did there.
Stick with that math.
I see what you did there. I mean, technically it's true, but that would work for pretty much everything.
I mean, yeah, every single run has a 50% chance to world record, right? You either do it or you don't.
Exactly. There you go. Chat doesn't seem to approve,
Yeah, well. It's
there's
true
a curse
whether
lifter
chat likes it or not.
There's a curse lifter for Voodoo, so he has an uncursed rod already.
Yeah, that's a huge pickup. Yeah, the other benefit of the rod specifically, of all the deadlies, not only is the IP attack generally the best and it can go on multiple people, the rod goes on faster people usually too. Oh,
That's
And Voodoo gets a party wipe almost instantly. Those bees just AoE his whole
Yeah,
party
it's
to
pretty
the
strong
ground.
immobilize.
That's unfortunate. Well, there goes the Deadly Rod, the Curse Lifter, Valor, all that stuff. It's early on still before the 30-minute mark. There's plenty of time to get back in there and get down. So I'm not too worried about his chances of recovering and stuff, but that is a very unfortunate death to take with some of the items that he had.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. Because he had already also healing, so yeah. But he still has room to recover, so
Yeah, again, there's plenty of time. I wouldn't be too worried about recovering. So for those unaware or those new to this game, maybe watching this for the first time, either live or in a bot or something, one of the coolest things about this run is the movement of monsters. They don't move until you move, and they all have set patterns. So I've seen some people get kind of mad when someone mentions that it's kind of like playing a game of chess. Yes, I know chess is way harder and it's not like chess, but you got to think about your moves, multiple moves out, like when you play chess, right? And it's very interesting to see how each runner deals with different kind of rooms that they're given with these different sets of monsters. So going forward, there's going to be a lot more dangerous enemies where you got to actually kind of think about what you're doing, because you don't want to get back attacked by ninjas, or you don't want to just accidentally activate an archfiend and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what these runners do in terms of movement, getting deeper into the cave. Someone I see asking about how points are earned. Exclamation point rules right there that Eli just typed. That Google Doc has a list of all the points that you can get. There's points for getting items, there's points for doing things with specific characters, getting to the jelly, etc., etc. So definitely check that out if you're wondering. Right now the score is 11-6, and that should be a pretty good little explanation of what the runners have done and what they're looking to do as they go down deeper into the cave.
I was seeing a blue mimic on Mini Lily's screen, but apparently there was a way around. Blue mimics are actually very nasty. They are pretty much the very first enemy that you can't really escape.
Yeah, they're brutal.
Yeah, if they use frenzy, your run is pretty much dead.
Yeah, it's interesting, kind of from a game design perspective too. I assume, and a couple other people kind of feel this way too, that the blue mimics are kind of put there as a gear check, since in casually when you play the game, you providence out when you find blue chests, and then you bring them back in and get stronger and stronger every time you go in. But in a speedrun setting, you go in naked every time basically, and you run, through pretty decently strong enemies, but nothing too crazy. And then all of a sudden at floor, 29, you run into blue mimics, and they are 10 times stronger than like everything else around them, and they can just wipe your run. So it's pretty much
just
we got a death here.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
I didn't either. I was busy talking about blue mimics, which everybody already knows about. They're horrible. They don't move. They stand in your way and they kill you. So.
Well, Vidus is recovering well. He already has Rally, and he just found Thunder, so I guess it is still looking good.
Yeah, we got a lot of points that I think you can only get, maybe not a lot, but we have some points that you can get early on, like the rings and the rock stuff from the early chests. So although it's not ideal to die, in a run of the cave, there is a chance to go back and get some of these points that they may have missed on their first attempt. So, there's definitely a silver lining to these unfortunate deaths.
Yeah, that's a good point from Ellie. Since Lily has already used Thunder, so Voodoo's might not be able to use it at all. So it might not be as good as I said.
Oh yeah, true. Thunder's one of the best spells in the game, so that actually would be kind of unfortunate if you can't use it, but there is a point incentive for collecting all the spells on Lexus, I believe, so still good pickup even if you can't use it. There's also the there's also the thing that maybe they just forego that point and just both use Thunder because Thunder's so strong that maybe it's worth doing, so we'll see.
Yeah. There's a Mimic Treasure Room on Voodoo's.
Ooh. Oh, well, look at that. And that's kind of what I was talking about with movement right there. That was a kind of nasty room, but he just perfectly lured the Mimic away, moved everything out of the way. It was good.
That was pretty clean. I agree. Ooh, there's a bolt shield for Traffic Talks. That's actually one of the best shields you can get.
Yeah, bolt shield's huge. It actually can save your run sometimes because later on there'll be some thunder dealing enemies.
Archfiends. It's the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, Archfiends are notorious run enders. Maybe the single most dangerous run ender because of just how hard it is to get around them sometimes if your RNG is not great. And one of their most powerful spell is Thunder, so Bolt Shield protects you from that, and that is a very, very nice pickup.
Yeah, I mean, you can technically still wipe if, like, most of people die and Archfiends decide to use, like, Destroy or Gloomy, but yeah, you still have a way better chance you have a Bolt Shield on Decker.
It looks like we got Mini Lily is on Garbos floors right here. That is one of the, if not the first, I guess technically it's the second because there's another monster that drops Cancer Rock, but these monsters drop a rock that is very, very useful for the jelly. It's probably the first item you can get as a drop that will help you defeat the jelly. So they're not scary. They give good XP. I would not doubt that every single person here is going to probably try and kill as many Garbosts as they can. Both for the XP and to try and get the rock.
Absolutely, because especially with this party setups where you don't have Decker, you really need to do as much actions as possible when you reach the jelly.
Yeah, and one of the famous combos is the Old Sword Cancer combo, which you have just enough IP to use both the Old Sword IP and then the Cancer Rock. So I also did just say they're not that scary, but it is looking a little rough for Lily here.
I mean, I know she got one blue core, but still, she might not have as much levels as she should. She got the drop still, though, so
yep,
not
that's
bad.
a win.
That's what you want to see. Meanwhile, Tower is just got Valor, so there's a healing for him.
Yeah, Valor's pretty much the best healing in the game. It's like a full AoE heal and also a revive, so definitely good to see that. Also, want to give a quick shout out to the AC community. We got right there, Real Critical posted AC Discord. So if you're interested in the Ancient Cave or Lufia 2 in general, it's probably the most active Lufia 2 community that there is, at least as far as I've seen. So everyone there is pretty friendly, super helpful. Yeah, definitely check it out if you're interested in this game at all.
Oh, Lily is not done with the Garbos. She wants another rock. Which makes sense since they want 4 on each party member. 1 of each party member, I mean. You get what I said.
Yeah. Travitalk's doing some nice Medusa manip there to get the 50-50 and get on through. One thing, I guess I'll mention it for those people that are unaware. We have something we call a 50-50. Basically, if you attack an enemy from the side, there's a 50% chance that you get like a first strike, or they call it God in first in this game. And knowing how to do that on a lot of enemies in this game is pretty important, because even though there's still a chance you don't get the first strike, just giving yourself that opportunity is pretty important sometimes and can save your run. So, ooh, that's a lot of cores on Travitalks too.
Yeah. That's what you like to see. You don't like to see them running away, though.
Nice blue core pickup. Hopefully we see more. And a curse lifter for Travitalks. That's looking good.
Again, it's what you really want for later on. Yes, you really don't want to uncurse the rod, because if you uncurse it, the supposed 80% chance becomes like a 10% chance.
Yeah, you definitely want to just keep the rod cursed until you're ready to fight the jelly. Unless there's some kind of point incentive in a tournament setting, but I don't think we have something like that here.
It's not the case, as far as I can see right now. So no sights of Decker Blade so far.
Yeah, not that I've seen. Another thing too, we were talking earlier about how Maxim's not the greatest front row character. He's just quite not tanky enough to really go in the front row and take the big hits. And as you can see on Mini Lily's screen, he's just taking a nap right now and has been for a while. And that's the one danger of taking Maxim as a front row character.
I mean, parties that have Maxim and one of the girls like force you to do even extra grinding, like to have more HP, because even if defense helps a little, it's not as good as having HP.
Yeah, HP is the single greatest defensive stat in this game. The calculation for magic defense and regular defense to reduce damage is not really in your favor in this game, so it helps. I'm not saying it's useless. It's better than nothing, but you definitely just need raw HP, which is why Decker and Guy are so important to put in the front row when you can get them there.
There's more sessions for Lily. Let's see if these are as mean as the ones on the first race. Probably not.
Yeah, there was a lot of terminal blows in the first race, which is a move the assassins do that does has a chance to instant kill, and we saw a lot of those. So hopefully we don't see those here, because these enemies aren't too scary, but they're fast and they can instant kill you. So hopefully we don't see that.
And,
right there, terminal blow on Decker.
Right
That's
on
not
Decker.
great.
Yeah, that hurts. She might have to escape. I don't know how is her revive situation, but
It can't be good, because Maxim's been taking a nap for a long time. I think he's like 10 levels down or something. Yeah, they're 19 and 18, and he's level 9, so she probably doesn't have really a good way of reviving right now. Ooh, another terminal blow. Oh, that one didn't land the instant death, but it still killed her.
yeah, this is not looking good. Oh, and the other assassin is now awake, so...
Another terminal blow. Oh, does he survive this? Back row? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Okay. Oh, she attacked again.
But she attacked. Yeah, it's over.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. Assassins that today have not been nice. It is unfortunate.
Oppie asks, did ninjas swap their positions with assassins today? I mean, it seems like so.
Yeah, it feels like it for sure.
Like, they want the spotlight for once. Like, it's not just ninjas, we can also be dangerous. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, the ninjas, which we haven't seen yet, are basically the same sprite, and they act very similarly, except they are way stronger and way more dangerous. So usually, once you get to ninjas, they're like the first. I guess they're the second like major roadblock in a run.
Yeah.
Normally, assassins aren't too bad, but they're being bad today.
I mean, because if you don't get hit by knife thrower, you still have like the risk of either get hit by guillotine, which is pretty rare but has a chance to kill you instantly, or then you get hit like twice. So that's like can be either 2 to 6 actions. That's like a lot. If you get like one knife thrower and then you get hit like 4 times, you can pretty much get killed.
Yeah. Again, like we said earlier, though, I mean, we're getting a little deeper into it. We're at about 45 minutes now, but the time remaining, especially for these runners, it's nothing you can't overcome. Getting back down to the jelly with an hour and 15, it's absolutely doable. Just might need to forego a little bit of the safety strats that they were all taking earlier.
I mean, we've seen it before, not just on Jelly Jam, but like on Ancient Cave runs, people coming back from like dying on 1 hour 10 minutes and still reach the Jelly. Of course, no kill, but it's possible.
Okay, so Travictox is on 38 right now. On floor 44 is when Ninja starts. So if you thought those assassins were bad, the ninjas are coming up soon. So what we're gonna pray for is no ninjas. Basically 44 to 46, just quick stares, no ninja fights. And hopefully we'll be able to pass that roadblock pretty easy. The good news about that, though, is that the ninjas start on 44, but green cores are 41 to 43. So you do have a chance to kind of get a huge XP boost right before that. So we'll also.
And you do want that grind. You really
Yeah.
do want that grind. Because like, you don't really have alternatives, and if you have really an engine on the way and you're under leveled, well, good luck.
Yeah. Here's some green cores.
There's one.
One's good. We'll take it. Massive
There's 30
XP.
Yeah, it's way like the greens are way better than the blues.
Yeah, I don't honestly argue that green cores are probably like the most important cores to get, because no cores that come later, they give the most XP because they're the latest, but I mean, they don't really give you enough to overcome how strong Archfiends are, but green cores do give you enough to potentially overcome the ninjas that are coming up, so definitely gonna be looking out for those. Iris rule there for Travictox. We don't have any Iris incentives, do we? I hope not.
No, we don't. So Kiliaris is like closing already Blue Mimic floors, so he was the last one to wipe. It's a pretty good recovery so far.
Yeah, they're definitely getting back into it. Champion there for Travictox. I don't know if he had other healing spells already, but Champion's a huge one. And then Ice Valk is also a great spell, so Traffic Talks is looking pretty good right now. I don't think we've found any Decker blades yet. I'm sure someone in chat would have said it, but
Yeah, no.
we're definitely still looking for those on the teams that have Decker. They could show up any floor after floor 15, which everyone's basically been in for a while now. And those are, it's the single most important item for the jelly, if you have Decker at least. So definitely keeping an eye out for that. Other than that, fractionals besides maybe like the Deadly Rod don't really come into play until floor 50. So once we hit floor 50, which Traffic Talks should be coming up on pretty soon. Nice movement there, by the way, with that flower. We're going to be looking out for Old Sword at 50, Blizzard Blow. Yeah, and Myth Blade at 60. So those things definitely are going to be a big help when we get there. These flowers can be kind of nasty sometimes because they attack 3 times and they hit the same target until they die. So we see Tia there just taking a quick nap.
And every time they hit, there's a chance for they put you to sleep.
Oh yeah, true. Another thing I want to bring attention to for those that aren't maybe too familiar with this game is that for some reason in the English translation, or at least the American version of the game, there are a ton of I don't know if you want to call them typos or just horribly translated names. For example, there's golems in this game when they should be golems. These mud golems are mad gorems, and honestly, I think it adds to the charm of the game. There's some great ones.
There's already one in chat. Lufia.
Oh yeah, Lufia. Lufia is probably the best one.
Oh, and Hydora, that's also a good one. Oh, then Hydra became Hydora. That blue mimic didn't like Voodoofs.
Okay, so here's the infamous ninja fight that we were hoping to avoid. There's Knife Thrower too. He is very tanky though, so it's looking like as long as he can revive, he has Champion.
Oh, he
7
has
regains and a bunch of miracles. Yeah, he should be good. Going for the 50-50, misses it there. But yeah, his team is pretty tanky, so unless we get a bunch of Knife Throwers, it's looking like he'll probably be okay, but it's not uncommon to get a bunch of Knife Throwers, so. And even Tia's taking 3 hits. That's good news. Nice IP attacks there. That should get them all.
You don't see that one every day.
Yeah, combo attack honestly is probably the most disappointing of all of the IP abilities from the blue chests, or it's one of the most disappointing because
one of them, because I also think that the IP of the Thunder Jewel is also pretty bad.
Oh yeah, true.
Voltage Bolt.
But combo attack's supposed to do like every element, which in theory sounds great until you realize that just somehow in the calculation when you're hitting something, that usually means you're hitting both something they're weak against and something they're strong against, so they kind of the damage types cancel each other out, and it just kind of does normal damage. And it's not very much damage usually. It's okay early on here, but yeah, basically good usage there that you don't see often from that killing the ninjas. Travitalk's also picking up a deadly sword right there. There are 2 different kinds of deadly swords in this game. I think they're both called Deadly Sword because one of them was supposed to be translated differently and wasn't.
Yeah.
But there's a good one and a bad one. The good one is the one with the 80% instant kill chance, and the bad one doesn't do anything except be cursed and suck. So after floor 20, you can pick up the bad one. We're gonna just hope that that was not the bad one in case he needs to use it for something later.
So Voodoo is still stuck on that one treasure room with Mimics.
Yeah, it's definitely not great. How much left? Oh, and the stairs are in the top left. That is
Yeah,
that's not great.
that's pretty nasty.
Yeah, it looks like he'll probably be able to get through with some of this R slashing here. R slashing is it's probably an unintended mechanic, but if you hold R and then hold a direction slash your sword, you can trick enemies into moving as if you were just moving yourself, like with directional movement. And it's a great tool for getting the enemies to kind of just get out of the way without you having to walk around, and he uses that right there pretty beautifully. Over on Traffic Talks, we're fighting Bryn's lizards, which are the twist jewel we were talking about earlier. These are the monsters that drop them, so I definitely don't doubt that anyone who can kill Bryn's lizards is going to be trying to kill all of them. So
Absolutely. You have many ways to kill them. Like they are weak to fire. You can use flying elemental attacks. Deadlies, of course, also work. So yeah, it's not like it's a tough enemy to beat. And it gives you one of the best items of the game, as it was said before.
I think there's even an incentive for twist jewels if I don't.
Yeah, there is one incentive.
It was something about like having multiple twist jewels or something. I don't see it right now, but
Plot twist. Each player possesses at least one twist jewel.
oh, okay. Oh, so you
It's
only
one.
need one per person. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not too bad a one. More Garbos farming down on Qualifiers' side right there. You can see we're looking for that Cancer Rock and some quick XP before Assassins. We're gonna hope the Assassins have finally had all the blood they need for the day, because we want to see everybody get as far as possible. And
Yeah. They already showed they mean business, so yeah. They can stop it now.
yeah, we know. We see you out there, Assassins. You're dangerous. We get it.
So now please stop.
Ooh,
Oh.
twist jewel out of a test for Vidoofs right there. That's a good one.
Retwist.
It's my favorite kind of twist.
So
and Qualifiers over there did get the Cancer Rock too, so that's
yeah, and
that's
he has
nice.
already 3 rocks, so he just needs another one. I'm not sure how Travictox is doing on that part, but at least Carriers is doing good. He just needs another one. He can maybe either farm a twist or maybe another Cancer Rock. Yeah, he's going for another drop.
Yeah, you definitely. I mean, I guess you could have too many cancer rocks, but you can't really have too many cancer rocks. At the very least, if you get ones you can't use, you can feed them, and they're good for feeding, which is another thing we'll probably end up talking about when they. Or, well, I guess now Travis Talks is feeding, so.
Yeah, I mean, he probably was listening to us. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, that's unfortunate. He fed the curse lifter.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, well, yeah, that's not great. So one of the things you want to do when you feed capsule monsters in the English version or the NA version is you want to like kind of reset what their hunger kind of grows as you feed them stuff, so you kind of want to reset it with trash usually. And he must have accidentally either misclicked or something and fed the curse lifter instead of a potion. That is not great.
Yeah, it was an accident, I'm pretty sure, because it was like a pretty fast move.
Yeah, curse lifters are pretty hard to come by, and they're pretty important. So, and then I don't even think they give him any hunger. Maybe they do, but
no, it's like pretty cheap. Because all this list of what they can actually eat, it's based on value. So like, if you feed them cheap stuff, they'll eat cheap stuff. But it reaches a point where like they don't like cheap stuff anymore. So you need to give them things that are more expensive. Otherwise, they will consider it like just trash.
yeah. And besides, there's a couple point incentives for evolving your capsule to master form, de-evolving it, doing some stuff like that. But just in general, in a Decker Blade, by the way, for Mini Lily, does she have Decker? I don't know if she has Decker, but if she does, that's a huge pickup. If not, that's.
Yeah, she should be the one with Decker because Voodoo says guy.
Oh, okay, true. So that is huge. And then a rally. That's a great treasure room right there. But anyway, what I was saying was, the capsule monsters, most of them are pretty useless for the jelly fight, but there are a couple that can do quite a bit of damage, and Darby 4 is basically the best one that you can bring, unless I guess you get like godlike RNG with Sully 4, but that literally never happens, so.
Oh, there's Zeppi.
Oh yeah, true. Zeppi has
Third
like
form, yeah. Third form.
The what's that? Energy wave is pretty
Energy
good.
wave, exactly. But as it goes for every capsule, you are basically working on luck. I mean,
yeah.
Darby has more specials. He can use physicals sometimes, but the specials he does are the ones that do the most damage, and the ones from Soli, of course.
Even when Darby doesn't do specials, his basic attacks are still like okay compared to some of the other stuff you would usually use. And Sully has the unfortunate problem of where he has like a three-quarters chance to like defend.
Yeah, that's part of the problem of Sully. He tends to defend way more than he should.
Yeah.
I mean, he is pretty good, like, for survivability, like, because he can resist Thunderwhelm and all spells, attacks, and all kinds of stuff. So he's pretty good for that.
I don't know what you're talking about, real critical.
But yeah, he also has a lot of HP, so Sully is pretty good.
Yeah, Sully's probably the best capsule monster to bring it in a normal speed run, because he is slow and his defend also is the lowest frame count, basically. So he doesn't eat up time in a speed run, but he also doesn't really do anything in a marathon setting when you don't need speed. So we're seeing pretty much everybody use Darby, and they're going to go for Darby 4, which is which is like we were saying, the best.
It's a legit choice. I mean, does a lot of damage, uses specials, has not IP special that kills enemies just like a deadly. So yeah.
What floor is Traffic Tech's on? I haven't been. It's hard to keep up with all of
54.
these.
54.
Okay, so we're probably coming up to Hedora farming pretty soon then. Hedoras they drop one of the best items in the game that you can get as a drop for the jelly, which is a rock that lets you do three attacks in one round. The Hedora rock. It's a pretty decent drop chance too, so as long as you have a way to kill them, which they're weak to ice, or if you have a deadly, you can kill them pretty easily. That's also something we're looking for.
You also have the agility boost.
And that's another great thing about it for sure.
It's lots of benefits in comparison to like Cancer Rock, because the Cancer Rock forces you to like put the character on the front row twice. So yeah, there's that. Meanwhile, if you use the Hedora Rock, if you need to put someone else on front row, you can just like use triple attack and that's it.
Yeah, I don't think we have really talked about rows much, but another mechanic of this game is that your characters have two different rows, the front row and the back row, and this also applies to enemies, but whoever's in the front row deals and takes more damage, and whoever's in the back row deals and takes less damage, basically. So one of the things that you have to do at the end of the cave is kill the jelly in 3 turns. So you kind of need all your damage turns. You need your damage dealers to be in the front row when they're dealing their big damage. So something like Cancer Rock, it's good, but it does, like you said, take up 2 turns from one character when maybe you need someone else in the front row for something. So yeah, ideally, the Hedora is just the better Cancer Rock.
Exactly. It's like just more important on the jelly. Like if you say, let's say you have an enemy that like has no weakness and you need to hit him like with a regular attack, you can just do Scissor Slash, triple attack, and it does quite a nice amount of damage depending on the weapon you have. There's actually a goal regarding that, which is using triple attack with a fry pan.
Yeah, I saw that one and was like, what do you... Is it just to use it, or is it to kill something with it?
You actually have to defeat the enemy.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. That is kind of rough. Fry pan, I believe, is the lowest attack power item in the game, so...
I think knife is weaker.
Well, they're both pretty bad.
But it's like 1 point of damage, so yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, and also the only people that can use Fry pan have also the lowest ATP growth stats in the game, so it's not ideal. It's not an ideal setup to try and get a enemy kill with, so I don't know if we'll be seeing that incentive completed, but if we do, it would be pretty amazing.
We did see Darby using Destruction that I was talking about earlier. It actually hit on a fight that actually, against high Hedoras, you really want to see that hitting. Because high Hedoras are kinda nasty. I mean, C Hedoras are also nasty, but they attack 5 times, they can use an AoE attack. It's like ninjas, but even worse.
Yeah, the one good thing about fighting Hedoras is they move really slow on the overworld, and their pattern, while random, is very easy to kind of manipulate.
Yeah.
So it's not difficult, really, unless they're being really, really bad. It's not too difficult to kind of manipulate your way into a back attack, which would, they do a lot of damage, but getting a free turn against them usually makes them.
Yeah, normally it's not a problem because they are dead before the fight. It's like really started like second turn.
Traffic Talks up here is on no cores, which are the final cores that you will fight in the cave, and they give a lot of XP, and he gets one right there. That's beautiful.
And Darby survived. Because if they actually have used their special, which is Fry, Darby would have been killed easily.
Yeah, they're the only cores, I guess, unless you're just super unlucky early, that actually have a chance of maybe even potentially wiping your party. Usually it doesn't happen, but they use Fry, which does a lot of AoE damage, and yeah, it definitely kills Darby in one hit. So it's nice to get all that XP on Darby.
He is vulnerable to light, so yeah, that's why it does so much damage.
Nice use of thunder here on the bone gorums. They are weak to thunder, so it's gonna be some good easy XP right there for Qualifiers. I didn't see what floor Boodoofs is on. 43. Okay, so he's probably going to check this floor for green cores before he has to go to 44, which is where the ninjas start, and we're gonna be definitely keeping an eye on that because, like we were saying before, ninjas are. Oh, that flower got in the way. Unfortunate. Yeah, these ninjas, we want them to
As you
play
say
nice.
that, Capsule is getting a treasure room with some of them. Because he is also on 43.
Yeah, usually we want to avoid treasure rooms in most runs, but treasure rooms on core floors they're the best treasure rooms, basically.
Yeah, you can't avoid it this one anyway. Stairs are on top left.
Does Voodoofs have to fight these ninjas? I think he might, and this is... he can't manipulate a 50-50 on them, so... this could be scary, especially since he has a maximum front row party. Well, none of them did knife thrower though, so that's nice. Destroy misses, which is unfortunate.
Transmaker is actually good here.
Yeah, Darby with the clutch Transmaker. Transmaker confuses enemies, and when they're confused, even if they do a normal attack, they'll only do one instead of their normal two, so that helps. And they have the chance to do that, where they just hit themselves.
And they only have one action, so yeah. You like to see it.
Let's hope the stairs are up here now. Traffic Talks on the top left over here is on 63 now, and it looks like he's trying to get fruits.
It's a bit early, I think. Might be wrong. Because I think there's still blue dragons. Those ones were red, so yeah.
Yeah, he's looking for
floor?
black dragons. I don't remember which floor those spawn on off the top of my head. There's a blue chest in that treasure room too, but it doesn't look like a very fun treasure room.
Yeah, not fun at all. I don't know if he has seen the stairs yet.
60 to 64 can have one black with one red, so I guess that's probably what he was looking for.
Hmm. I see.
Ooh, we have assassins, or ninjas actually, on Qualifiers' screen down there that he is going to have to kill. And Voodoo's also fighting ninjas over here. This is a very scary time in the cave, basically, is these floors. Although Voodoo's is level 25, which is pretty decent.
Yeah, Qualifiers is also pretty safe. He's level 29.
Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, they're still scary and they can still kill you, but that's definitely
Yeah, as you can see, that knife thrower did a lot of damage right there on Voodoo's party.
yeah. If we don't get another
Should
knife thrower.
escape it? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, knife thrower. There used to be a misconception that some people had that knife thrower ignores defense, but basically the move is just an AoE that has a very high attack power to it. So you can be super tanky and all that stuff, and it doesn't really matter if they hit you with knife thrower because it just does so much damage. Ooh, interesting move by... I guess there was no way to get a 50-50, but
Yeah.
Collier is having to fight these ninjas, and then Voodoo's fighting more over there. Another knife thrower, almost insta-killing Lexus. And it looks like he'll be fine. Let's hope that
Qualifiers?
yeah.
Ooh.
Knife throw off the bat, guillotine, another knife thrower.
Wow.
Ooh, is he casting thunder? If he casts thunder with both Maxim and Lexus, though, he might be okay. Oh, he's single targeting.
Yeah, that's clearly not enough. This might be it. I think this is it actually.
Yeah, I don't.
HP is too low.
Yeah. Maybe no. Even if he backroad, then the knife thrower. Yeah,
oh, yeah,
was...
knife thrower. Never mind.
Yeah, unfortunate. The cave is rough today, specifically with assassins and ninjas. So that it's not impossible to make it back down to the jelly now, but it is getting kind of late. We're an hour and 16, almost hour and 17 in, and
I mean, 45 minutes. That's like
yeah,
world record time.
you need a god run to get down there that fast, basically. So we're going to assume that from here on out, Qualifiers is probably just going to go for as many points as he can on the earlier floors. That being said, the score is super close still, so anything could happen. But Traffic Talks is getting pretty deep in the cave now. And as long as there is no super bad Archfiend or Dragon shenanigans that happen later, it should be well within reason for him to get there within the 2-hour mark. I'm not sure if he's fighting these white dragons here because he's looking for a fruit, or if it's because they're in the way.
Should be in the fruit. I mean, you can master farm his capsule to get the point, I think. Yeah, you can do that.
Going for some safety XP here on the Sphinxes. Sphinxes are super nice to farm because they're not scary at all. They can put you to sleep, but they don't really do any damage. They're a little tanky, but they give a lot of XP, and I think they also drop the old helmet or something like that, which
Yeah.
is okay. I mean, gives you a little bit of attack power, I guess, but definitely something worth farming if you got this much time left.
It's a rare drop, but yeah. You really want the experience anyway, in case you really need it.
Oh yeah, so he is trying to manip the white dragon here for the fruit drop for the point incentive. I wasn't sure before, but that was pretty obvious. Got a close game here, 15-14.
I think we're gonna see combo attack once more. If I saw it.
Nice destruction from Darby.
Yeah, just like we said, Darby performs a lot his specials.
Yeah, it's great. Darby's both useful for getting to the jelly because destruction is it's a great spell. I think it has an even higher chance to instant kill than the deadlies do. And then
90%,
you evolve.
yeah.
Yeah. And then you just evolve him one more time, and he's all of a sudden a jelly fighting monster. So definitely the safest pick if you're looking to kill the jelly. It's kind of a nasty fight right there for Lily, but it looks like... Oh!
Look who's there.
It's time for Lily to get her revenge on the assassins. Preemptive stronger, I like that. Terminal blow, but it misses. Or it doesn't insta-kill, I should say. Terminal blow again.
Wow.
But luckily on the capsule, they are... they are ruthless today.
I don't know what's up. Another one. Wow.
Yeah, luckily they're not actually killing anybody with it this time, but...
Are any other old items outside of sword arm and helmet? I think there's the shield, right?
In the main game, there is the old shield, I believe. That's the one you get from.
Dragon.
You get that from the dragon? Yeah.
Yeah,
That has
dragon.
like the best IP for ROM hacks. If anybody's ever interested in playing ROM hacks, but all of those ROM hacks out there that try to make the game more difficult, old shield kind of cheeses most of those games. So
More sessions for Lily.
see how many terminal blows we get this time. Hopefully 0. Oh man.
Nope.
I think she's at least okay because she can revive and stuff, so it shouldn't be too bad, but it's just still pretty annoying. another one on Artie this time, who is the deadly user, I believe, right now in her party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my.
Wow. Yeah, this is something we don't see every day. Lots of terminal blow.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous at this point. Luckily, we're good though. Reviving everybody, moving on. Didn't die to that. But yeah, that is. It also just eats up a chunk of time because then they're killing people that are gonna do damage, and you're just in the fight longer. So hopefully, no more of those. Oh, and then she spawns into a room with at least 3 assassins on screen.
Oh, and she has
Ooh, and she
double
double
here.
fought.
This is actually even worse. If it can get even any worse. Because now she has actually to finish this fight and not lose that much HP. Oh, are they missing? Yeah, that's not good. That's not a good start.
Yeah, another thing that kind of sucks about assassins are they resist neutral or regular physical damage or whatever you want to call it. So
Yeah.
this early in the cave, that's usually most of your weapon damage. So missing a deadly is a big time sink and potentially dangerous. Okay, she's gonna kill those, but then go directly into another fight here. Hopefully we get through this one too.
You could not rely on the deadly and maybe use dragon. She's still going for the deadly anyway.
Yes, I mean 80% chance. Like I would probably do that too, but if they kill one of your dragon casters, then it's not great.
I don't think she had anyway point magic to do dragon anyway, so yeah, only Yardi could use it. And since she is the one doing the deadly, doesn't really matter.
Here we are in our third assassin fight of this this room. Up on Voodoofs, we're fighting Surfacos. They do Twister and they attack 3 times, and this is looking not great. He ran though, so that's good. Yeah, those things, you don't want to fight those if you don't have to. He unfortunately did have to because they were in his path, but luckily he was able to get away without dying.
Ooh, Mr. Jewel dropped. I guess there's something out of all this misery of the sessions.
Isn't that like a 2% drop or something? I feel like it's low. Maybe it's not that
It's a low chance. I don't know how much, but it's way lower than ninjas, I think.
Yeah, so that is definitely a nice consolation right there. Misto Jewel is one of the higher AGL jewels in the game, so definitely a nice pickup after all that.
It's a plus 20, just like Hedora. Most of the jewels have 20, if we exclude, I think, Twist, Lion Fang. I think that's it.
Yeah, 2% drop. Yeah, that is it's a lucky find.
I mean, after so many fights, it had to happen, right?
That's true. Voodoof's fighting Thunder Beasts and are those Cyclops? No.
Yeah,
Cyclops.
and
Yeah.
Thunderstorm. Ooh.
I was just about to say these can be. Oh.
Yeah.
He might have lived in the back row there, actually, huh? That was kind of close. I think.
Yeah, possibly so because that's a physical attack.
So yeah, I was just about to say too, as he was fighting those thunder beasts have the pretty powerful AOE there that they did use, and we can see now why they are they're not great to fight if you can avoid it. I don't think he could. I think they were in a door that he had to go through or something.
Yeah, because he was like there was a Cyclops. He probably tried to go in a different way, but he didn't find the stairs there.
Lily now on I think 41 or 42, so she's gonna be looking for green cores here. And then we're gonna be watching her on 44 to 46, which is again where the ninjas come in. We're gonna hope that they're gonna play nice. Aqua Helm for Traffic Talks. That's a good one. One of the few agility helms in the game.
Yeah, I was about to say we like agility. I think it's like the most important stat. If we like, attack power is good, but agility is like the most important thing.
Yeah, if we're going fast and living, you basically want to, at the very least, have Artie or Tia in his case go first when they can. Artie is the fastest character in the game, but Tia is, she's not too much slower. It is possible. It's a lot harder, but it is possible to get her faster than like Archfiends and stuff if you're kind of high level and have the right equips. So
you can make Artie even faster if you find like a Dragon Spear, because that increases your agility by 50. But the one problem is that you can't use instant death at all.
I will say the fastest run that I didn't complete it, but the fastest I ever got to the jelly was with Dragon Spear, and honestly just running from things by being so fast is better than having to kill them with deadly if you can. So yeah, Dragon Spear is pretty good. We got Evil Aura on Darby. Is that what we're seeing here? I missed that, I think.
I'd say so. That he learned it.
Nice. Yeah, Evil Aura is the Darby's best, highest hitting attack for the jelly, so definitely good to learn that. The only problem is that he has to learn it, and it's only a chance to learn it, I guess, after combat, so getting that is very, very nice.
Yeah, and if you consider that like the alternative is, I think Dark Thunder. Yeah, that should be it. It's way weaker than Evil Aura.
Yeah, Dark Thunder does like a third or maybe even less of the damage, I feel like. Yeah, that is the other thing is you can learn Evil Aura, but then you also need him to use it.
Yeah. So we have roughly 30 minutes to go. I don't think we're gonna see any jelly kills today. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not sure Traffic Talks really has a setup.
Yeah, I mean, especially since he lost this, he dropped, or that.
The curse lifter, yeah, true. Yeah, that's gonna cost him. Although
he's still going for the fruits though.
Yeah.
I don't see a reason why now though, because he wanted the holy fruit because that's the one that gives master form, if I'm not mistaken.
I think there's another fruit incentive, maybe.
Yeah. So there's the one where both of them need the same fruit, so that would mean Qualifiers would need to reach Black Dragon floors.
Oh, true. It's not out of the question with like 27 minutes left to at least get there.
I mean, it's possible. I'm not sure if Cagliaris has a deadly right now, but if he has a deadly, it might be possible.
Yeah, Chad's asking, when Triceratops was first feeding Darby, it must have been an accident. I cannot imagine that it was on purpose,
Yeah.
but he fed a curse lifter almost immediately, like first or second, third feed.
I mean, it was like really, really fast. But he, like, for a second, he was like feeding potions, and then he probably has hit like, I think it's the right button, like R, and then pressed A like so fast, and then the curse lifter was just gone.
Yeah, it was very, very unfortunate. Although I will say that without Decker Blade or Myth Blade, even, it might not matter anyway. Hopefully, we still get a jelly kill here. It's definitely possible to find any of the stuff that he needs still, but hopefully that curse lifter feeding was not the difference going forward.
Like, the party he has right now is clearly the most optimal of all 4 elements here. Like, Guy, Decker.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Pretty much the.
He can still do it despite feeding like the curse lifter by accident.
The points are really close here too. 17 to 16. Anything could happen.
More blue mimic treasure rooms on the bottom left. I guess we've seen this before today.
Yeah, luckily they are not in the way, but
Yeah.
so here on Chavictux's screen, we're fighting Gorgons for the Gorgon Rock drop. They hit pretty hard, but they're usually, by the time you get to Gorgons, they're not dangerous and gonna end your run or anything, and they drop one of the better, I should say, items for the jelly, the Gorgon Rock.
Yeah, I mean, at least T can use that.
It's basically like a single use of a deadly rod, so.
Another Berserk Blade for Lily.
What are we doing with these genies here?
I think Chad is saying he's trying to do 1000 damage on a single enemy.
Oh, is that a Decker?
Yeah. That's for Decker. Do 1000 damage on one single action.
Oh, okay, I see.
1000 plus. But yeah, you get the idea.
Oh yeah, and then here we go, the double trick. Yeah.
Yeah, he has Mega Axe. It
Oh,
did
okay.
like 800 damage on the first one, 896.
Also, I guess, yeah, this is the one to do it on too, because the Earth Genies are weak to thunder damage, which is what the Mega Axe does, so.
Yeah.
Triple trick. Can we do it? Darby just keeping it CC'd for him.
No, we normalized. Well, that should be fine.
Ooh, and a Battle Lust. Ooh, then Ground Shock. There it is.
Nice.
With damage to spare. Okay, so another thing to point out for Traffic Talks, he is, I think it said he was on floor 77. So these next 10 or so floors, we're going to be hoping that no Archfiends are basically in his way. These are the last real run enders, that no matter how geared you are, they're not something you want to fight, and their movement is pretty annoying. They can get in the way of things pretty easily, so hopefully we don't get too many of those in here.
We're not done with ninjas. More ninjas for Lily. And the score is still tight. Just 1 point of difference.
Yeah, it's definitely close. There's a knife thrower, which isn't great, but the deadly hits. Oh, the preemptive heal too. No, another knife thrower, but everyone lives, and the deadly misses. I think we're good though.
Yeah, we should be fine.
Ooh, more ninjas.
It's not over.
This is pretty ridiculous. The stuff Lily has to deal with. Constant ninjas and assassins.
Assassins, yeah.
Is that a deadly miss? Ooh. So a little bit of an interesting thing I want to point out. It doesn't usually matter too much, but the enemies have rows kind of like you do, the front and back. If you kill all of the enemies that are in their front row, all of the back row enemies then become front row. So they'll be able to deal the increased damage. And that's what she just did. She killed the front row one because it was the easiest to hit. And 2 knife throws there would have been bad, but luckily everything is cooperating.
Ludov's getting a deadly armor. I think that's a point for Guy.
I think so, yeah. It's the deadly armor or berserk blade, point incentive, lucky blade, stuff like that. So that's definitely a nice pickup.
It was actually a drop from deadly armors.
Oh, even better. So we're down to under 20 minutes left. We got about 17 and a half minutes left. Hopefully, that's a pretty bad looking treasure room that Traffic Talks has right there. Hopefully the stairs, okay, they're not.
The access upstairs.
They're not deep in the treasure room.
That could have been way worse.
Yeah, these floors you don't want to have to go through treasure rooms on, because genies usually don't kill you, but they can. Archfiends definitely can.
Just one win genie. That could have been worse. I think the Traffic Talks did a small mistake in there with his movement, but No punishment.
Are there any incentives for like gold eye, silver eye, or copper dragons or anything like that? Trying to see.
Copper Dragons, yes. There's one for Tia, where she needs to survive Cinder Blast with an apron equipped.
Oh my god.
That actually happened on the first round.
Yeah.
Mike managed to do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like we said earlier, the defense stat doesn't do a whole lot. I think the key to getting Tia to survive all that stuff is to have her defend. So,
Yeah. You just need her to be faster.
Yeah. Which is, if you get it down to like one copper dragon, you can pretty much do pretty easily with stuff like fake. Does Travictox has Tia also, right? I don't know if he's gonna go for that point or not.
He has the one. I don't know if he got it yet. The one to get a kill with a whip type weapon.
It's interesting too because we have about 15 minutes left, and the score is, I'm assuming, at least mostly updated. And currently, Travictox and Qualifiers have 19 points, and Mini Lily and Voodoofs have 21. There are a couple points that Travictox can get either not going for the jelly or going for the jelly, and hopefully, I'm assuming that trying to get Tia to survive is probably not worth with such little time left, but maybe it is the move that he has to go for, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I mean, that's worth, I think, 3 points. But
it's hard.
I don't know how his agility is looking right now.
Yeah, basically without fake.
Yeah.
Without fake, you don't really want to go for something like that. I guess technically maybe like Spido Jewel or something, but that's...
Because right now he has like a 3 point on reaching 499 before the time ends. But he's like, there's still less than 15 minutes, so yeah, it's still pretty feasible. While the Cinder Blast one, you need to like to prepare, cast fake, and yeah, survive Cinder Blast.
Yeah, it takes quite a bit of setup.
And you might like see mirror for quite a while because
yeah,
that's what dragons like to do is just to look on the mirror.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Is I'm pretty sure copper dragons know when you want them to Cinder Blast you, and that's when they try not to do it. So. Nice little manip around the bush for the Archfiend right there. He only has, I think, 3 floors left before he's past Archfiend, so hopefully these stairs are nice to him like this.
Yeah, 86 is pretty close.
Yeah, 88 is where he'll be mostly in the clear. 88 to 98 is basically the final stretch of the cave, and there are sometimes dragon cons and dark summoners that can get in your way and prove deadly, but it is typically much easier to get through those floors than the Archfiend floors. So
yeah, because like you can manipulate their movement, you can like, unless you got a treasure room. If you get the treasure room, then that's another story.
So there we are, past Archfiends. Good.
And also you can like get in first on pretty much any enemy that pops up, either dragons or dark summoners.
Yeah, the only thing they really take from you here, if you are prepared and good with the movement and stuff, the only thing they take from you here is time, not really like run ending, unless you're against the clock, which I guess we kind of are still, so hopefully no major slowdowns. It doesn't look either like he's going to be going for the apron defend survive a cinder blast thing, which it is a lot of points, but it's probably it's risky. It's risky to try and get that to happen, because what if you take, you know, almost 10 minutes to set this whole thing up and then she still dies to a cinder blast? So okay, so this is another thing we don't want to see up here on Traffic Talks, is a hallway with a dragon blocking you. Because there's a gold dragon in that fight there, and
Yeah.
they pretty much always kill you. Not every time, but most of the time they kill you if you have to fight them and you can't, and you miss like a deadly or something. So people will say dragons never killed anyone, but honestly, dragons always kill everyone. So it's just how they do. Got ninjas down here for Qualifiers. It looks like he has to engage them. He might be able to do some shenanigans with those bushes, but it's probably better if he just fights them here.
Yeah, because I think the plant can't really help them. I think. Oh, he might get away with it.
Yeah, I didn't see if he... So there's this weird interaction where if the ninja does 2 moves and you also did 1 move, and then you engage each other, you get 2 free moves after the battle instead of 1. So I didn't see if that's what happened right there, but I think it is, which would mean he should be able to get around that bush, which it looks like he can. Yeah, perfect.
You got it. Very well done.
I still don't know exactly what Traffic Talks has, but I'm pretty sure he still doesn't have a Decker Blade, so...
I mean, at this point, he doesn't have the ways to kill the jelly.
Yeah, so... there are at least 2 points that he can still get from getting to the jelly. He can get to the jelly and then...
He can defend the fight. Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be 2 good points. The score right now is 19 to 22, so that would bring it to 21 to 22, which would mean they would need 1 more point somewhere from both of them. I'm not sure what they're close to at this point, since they're such different parts of the cave, but...
Just points for reaching 99, apparently. But, I mean, still, it's 1 point. Better than nothing. It should not be enough, though.
Yeah, it's close, though, I'll say that. Could still go either way, depending on... At this point, I think the only points left for Traffic Talks are the 2 that he could get from defending at the jelly. So... Qualifiers is probably going to need to... Oh, wait. Nope, something got updated. We're 20 to 22 now. It's close. I don't know how a tiebreaker works if no one kills the jelly. I'm assuming the farthest person, farthest reaching person is the tiebreaker. Not sure, but that's what it usually is. So. Seven minutes left, and it is close.
Yeah. I mean, just like I said, he could go for the Cinder Blast one, but he might not have the things he need to do it.
Yeah, I
don't see any other way out of it.
Looking for easy stairs here. Ooh, that's not good. Dragon is not cooperating in that hallway up there, and it looks like he has to go through that door. These are probably some of the most frustrating times you'll run into in a run is when you're down to the wire like this. You're either close to a PB or like the time in a tournament's running out, and a dragon just sits there and moves basically in circles in a tiny hallway, and you need to get past it. So I feel his pain right now.
Yeah, if no jelly kill, then it's the deepest floor reached. So at this point, it's Traffic Talks clearly.
Although they did pick up another point on Mini Lily and Voodoo's side, which would mean that the 2 points he's going to get at the jelly might not be enough. Again, not exactly sure what they're still missing on either team or what they're close to, because there's a lot of stuff kind of happening all over the place right now, but it is basically down to the wire still. Less than 5 minutes left. Is that the final stairs? That is the final stairs. So Traffic Talks makes it to the jelly. Don't think he has a kill, but
Yeah. Oh yeah, besides he has a Berserk Blade equipped.
oh yeah, I see that Berserk Blade on guy. Do they have that point marked already too? Probably, right?
I think so.
Okay, so as is Ancient Cave tradition here, we're gonna all get out our calculators or use our brain calculators to try and see if Traffic Talks can do 9,980 damage to the jelly in 3 turns.
With no fractionals.
Yeah, it's not looking good, but at the very least, it's fun to see how much damage he will do. So. Oh, and the points just shot up with Qualifiers getting 3 points all of a sudden for, I'm not exactly sure. For
I think it was Qualifiers apparently.
Here we go, jelly fight.
Oh yeah, because Lexus applied the status effect, I see.
That is
That might be crucial here.
yeah, that is pretty clutch, I will say. Although it's not over yet, so.
I don't know if the point for reaching 499 was already counted or not, but if it wasn't, there's another point of advantage.
I'm not sure.
It was added, okay, sure.
I'm looking at these scorecards, and I think I'm stupid because I don't see which one is which team.
Yeah, I mean...
So, but yeah, it's close. We'll say that.
There's a point from defending.
Team 2 is Trav and Kali. Okay, got it. And there goes the jelly. Didn't get a kill, but he He just leaves anyway after 3 turns, and we will see him again next time. It's still a good run though. Getting to the jelly, it, you know, still hard to do, even when you're really good at the game. So definitely GG's to getting there. And I'm not sure if all the points have been added yet, but it is pretty close. And if they have been added,
I think they were. I think the last point was the defending one for traffic talks. I don't know if Qualifiers can get any more points.
yeah, as it currently stands, we have German Explosion with 25 points and Mini Doofs with 23. So unless there are still some things to be updated, it looks like if nothing changes within the next minute, that German Explosion will be our winner of this round. Also, Squealer is absolutely right. The cave is win.
The cave is win. Yeah, seems like we're not gonna see any more action on these final seconds here.
Someone asking about the textures. So Mini Lily is using custom sprites. They are the, I believe, Halloween sprites. It's a little bit easier to see them in battle, but we have a bunch of custom sprites for this game now that you can patch in. Oh, on Travi. Oh, that, yeah. Well, I forget.
Yeah.
The US version.
We
The
are
US
too
version
used
had
to
some.
it. We are
Yeah.
too used to it.
The US version had some trouble when it was ported over and translated, and I don't know exactly what they did. They like deleted tile set data or something, and if this is where the jelly hangs out in this abomination of a room.
I mean, let's be honest. This now is like part of the beauty of this room, you know.
It's a
I almost prefer
well-designed,
it.
coded disaster of genius programming.
Yeah, those are definitely the terms I would use to describe Lufia as genius programming, you know. But yeah, that is our race. Thank you everybody for watching. And thank you guys for having me for commentary. It was fun.
Yeah, definitely. Hold on one moment. I'm going to
Yeah,
bring
that was
everybody
fun.
into the main group here, and we can all have a little post wrap up. Alright, Travik and Kalieris, Kudoofs and
Hello.
Lily. Our time is up, and I'm doing some post-run review, so if you guys want to sit tight and discuss a few things, maybe just rant, rave, and talk about how the event was for you guys, while I do a little post-run tabulating here, just to see what could have been missed, and get the final scores out in a couple minutes here. Feel free to enjoy your discussion.
I also used Miracle in Combat. I think it was on the mid game, like around 30 or 40. Not exactly sure when. And with a guy, I killed with the big boomer. What enemies were that?
Goblins and after goblins.
I think something like goblins or kobolds. Something around 20s I killed with guy, a big boomer.
I saw Decker get a kill with a big boomer. I don't recall seeing
Yeah,
Guy
that
get
was
kill.
right at the start, and then like 20 floors later, I also killed with Guy.
I'm taking a look at the
then-
VOD to go through. Give me some-
Yeah,
What they did
Zelan
to
also
confirm.
used, what was it, Magic Bikini?
Ja, genau, mit.
I P'd to restore MP. Cavalera's did that. Does Lexus has to all 4 main elements at the end of the run, or
just at any one time. they can be confirmed. So
Yeah, at
beginning
one
or end.
time I think it was
Second run,
Second
Twilight
run?
died. 1 or 2 flow or Twilight died. I.
yeah,
menu.
he even shouted in the
Menu.
menu that he got all 4. He says that it was on the second run. And Artie also killed an enemy with healing it. What was it with the
Skeletons.
skeletons with what?
Area. Stronger.
With strong? Stronger. Also should be pretty early. I think that's the point. That's the point we got. Other than that, it should be fine. Oh, and the
Oh, deadly. Okay.
and the deadly. Only I used the deadly rod.
Firebird, Thundergale. Yep, there's Alexis Point.
That's good.
Given that, so I will admit I did have a bit more of a focus earlier on for the Mini Lily and Voodoo's team. So because I'm still reviewing to make sure there are less things that I missed for the Traffic Talks and Colliers team, and I just found the point that threw you guys over, and there's a couple of others that I'm going back to confirm exact timings on. I would say with comfort that it looks like you guys from Germany will be taking home the cake on this particular run. And eating it too. So, with that said, I still have to confirm a few things as far as maybe 1 or 2 more points for the Traffic Talks team. But I think we're looking at a score of between 30 and 32 for Traffic Talks Colliers, the German Explosion, and 25 to 26 possibly for the Mini Deuce. So I'm fairly confident that, yep, I'm just declaring it as such. Congratulations, Traffic Talks and Colliers, for taking the win today.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome. And the others are in here, I suppose.
Hello, everyone.
But Meat's still in here as well. Chico is chilling. There is a lot to discuss. You guys did well. I am glad to see that 2 running teams at least made it to the jelly this evening, and that was pretty exciting. Although no jelly kills, but this run is a little bit I want to say anti-jelly kill, but rather difficult to squeeze a jelly kill out, and Decker Blades all going to the one person who didn't have Decker in the previous run, and then not at all in this run tonight, are just extremely unfortunate. But we'll say congratulations all around. If anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, they can absolutely bring them up for the next showing. But I'm excited to say that on March 18th, next Saturday, at the same time, we'll have the same sort of matchup today, featuring the teams swapped up a little bit. Team Traffic Talks and Colliers facing off against Team Mike, and Prof Buff Swoley for the Grand Championships, and also Doof and Mini versus Hapkiname and Hoppy the Fool to determine who the 3rd and 4th place team will be for the event. So thank you for participating, and we look forward to seeing you, the audience, in the next show. If you'd like to follow anything as far as the Ancient Cave activities go, whether it be this event or others, such as the Fatal Blowout, one of the largest events that we do, for sure, definitely take a look at the Discord link, just posted by Real Critical. If you're not already, give a quick little follow to our runners, and appreciate the commentary team, which includes Stank Meats and El Chico Rafa today, as well as Mike, who assisted in score tabulation and tracking for this this second round as well. If anyone else has anything to say, feel free to share what you got. Otherwise, we can sign off this event and call it a day.
All I can say is GG to everyone. We got 2 pretty good races.
Yeah. There's a lot to show off today, a lot to discuss, a lot of tech that may not matter in the average run, but things that you never know might apply in a future run of your own. Some elemental this,